Hey everyone, it's Paul with Freedom Gorilla, and today we're going to talk about all the Holosun pistol optics that you can mount on your Beretta 80X Cheetah. So in order to mount these on your 80X Cheetah, you are going to have to get an adapter plate. So you can get the adapter plate from Beretta, or you can get an adapter plate that we actually sell. Both are available. You could get them in the link below in the description. The Beretta one you'll have to get from their website. The Freedom Gorilla one you could get directly from us. We're not going to promote ours over Beretta. You could do your own research, but we have heard that Beretta, their plate isn't as good as ours. So people seem to like our plate a little bit better. And originally the plate wasn't available from Beretta, which is why we actually made it. But anyway, we're going to cover all the K-series footprint optics, which will fit on the 80X Cheetah, as that is what the plate is made for. And just so you're aware, all these optics are available at the best price with free shipping at freedomgorilla.com and in the link below. And also we do have an accompanying blog post, which you can check out in the link below. So everything we cover in this video, you could check out the accompanying blog post, and that's just going to easily list out all these optics and everything for this gun so that it's easy for you to reference. So the one thing to know about all these Holosun optics, they're all going to have really long battery life, anywhere between 25 to 50,000 hours. They're also going to have a side removable battery tray, which means you won't have to take the optic off of the slide to replace the battery. And they're also going to all come in either red reticles or green reticles. Another thing I just want to mention is that some of them come with the solar failsafe also. And if an optic has a solar failsafe, that also means it has an automatic brightness setting that you could use. Meaning optics with the solar failsafe have auto brightness or they have manual brightness modes. It's up to you to decide which one you want to use. Okay, another thing that these Holosun optics all share in common is really good waterproof ratings. They're fully sealed units, which means the battery is inside the unit, and the majority of them have IP67 waterproof ratings, which is really high. Some of them even have IPX8 ratings, but compare this to other optics on the market and you'll see that other optics usually have an exposed battery on the bottom, and they are either not as good of waterproof ratings. Some of them can't get submerged in water, but the ones that can, they just have an O-ring around the battery. But these Holosun units are fully enclosed, which means just the optic itself you could put underwater and you don't have to worry about any shorting out or anything like that. The other thing I want to mention is that the majority of these optics have shake awake, which is a really cool feature. When the optic is basically sitting with no movement at all for 10 minutes, it turns off automatically. The moment it senses movement, it turns right back on. And it's extremely sensitive. If you just slightly tapped it very lightly, didn't even move it, it would turn back on. Okay, so in the K-series footprint, the first one we're gonna cover is the 407K. This is the most budget-friendly option in this category. This optic has a 6 MOA dot, which is a pretty nice size. It's good for close quarters. If you're trying to go out 50 yards or so, it's probably not going to be as precise as a 2 MOA, but a 6 MOA is pretty nice, easy to catch when you raise it up. It's pretty much a good size reticle. This optic has the aluminum housing. They have rear dovetails machined into the housing. It has manual brightness modes. It comes in red or green reticles. Okay, so the next step up is going to be Holosun 507K. The 507K is just like the 407K, except it has the MRS reticle, which is the 32 MOA circle and the 2 MOA dot in the middle. You can also toggle the reticle if you'd like. So you can use just the 32 MOA circle, just the 2 MOA dot, or both of them together. It's really easy to change. You just hold down the minus button for 3 seconds and the reticle will change. The MRS reticle is really nice. It gives you that extra flexibility, whether you want the 32 MOA circle only or just the 2 MOA dot, or you want them both together. The larger circle does make it a little bit easier to pick up when you draw the weapon and are looking for the dot. All right, so the next optic is going to be the 507K ACSS Vulcan. This has the ACSS Vulcan reticle, except it's for the K series, so it's a little bit different. It has a 3 MOA center dot, and then it has a 230 MOA dotted outer ring. Again, this outer ring is so that you can get the dot centered. It's almost like an aim assist and helps you find the dot easier if this is something new to you or if you're trying to shoot competition. This is a pretty cool optic. It's available in both red or green reticles also. If you've never shot a red dot on a pistol before, you'll find that when you put the gun in front of you, you don't always see the dot. Therefore, you have to find the dot. The ACSS Vulcan helps you find the dot because that very large outer ring is not visible unless you're off center. So when you are off center, you're going to see that very large dotted outer ring, and you're going to see a portion of it, and you're going to know how to adjust the gun to find that center dot. So the ACSS Vulcan reticle is actually really good for beginners if you want extra help finding the dot, but it's also good for anybody else, even if you're an expert, to just have that extra security knowing that you kind of have an aim assist to find the dot if you draw the weapon and are having trouble finding it. The 507K ACSS Vulcan also comes in red or green reticles. And if you didn't want to use the outer ring, you can toggle it off by holding down the minus button for 3 seconds. Okay, so the next optics we're going to cover are enclosed emitter optics. Enclosed emitter optics mean that there is a protective hood above the optic which protects the laser beam. So that means nothing can get in the way of the laser and the glass, giving you a little bit more reliability if you needed that. Like, let's say you were carrying outside the waistband and you didn't want rain or snow to get in between your optic, laser, and the glass. An enclosed emitter would prevent this from happening. All right, so the next optic is going to be the EPS Carry. So the EPS Carry is an enclosed emitter. It basically has solar panel if you get the MRS version, which is the multi-reticle system, and that also has the solar failsafe and the auto brightness settings. But then you can also get the EPS Carry in a 2 MOA dot or a 6 MOA dot. The 2 and 6 MOA dot versions are cheaper and they don't have a solar failsafe. Okay, and the next optic that we're going to cover is going to be the SCS Carry, and it is an enclosed emitter. This is one of the latest optics that Holosun came out with for the K series footprint, and it's really cool. It takes Holosun's solar charging site technology and puts it in one of the optics that will fit on a K series footprint. So what that means is this battery has an internally rechargeable battery, which has a 20,000 hour battery reserve. This optic will constantly be charging from the solar panel from ambient and outside light. The battery, in theory, has an unlimited battery life. And now what's cool about this optic is it has a MRS reticle, it comes in green, and it has automatic brightness. So this optic is truly a set and forget optic. You put it on and you pretty much never have to worry about turning it off. You never have to worry about charging it. It's just constantly going to collect that light and charge the battery, and it's always ready to go. It has downrange sensors, so if you're in a dark room looking at a bright area outside, it will adjust the brightness, and you can toggle the reticle to just the MRS reticle, the circle only, or the dot only. And then the other thing is, if you are ever in a scenario where you really do need it to be brighter, you can hit the button on the side and it'll raise the brightness for 30 minutes. It'll put it on max brightness mode. But the SCS, it's not for everybody, but for the people that do have it, they do like it, and it really is a low maintenance optic. And it is an enclosed emitter. So it's another enclosed emitter. It's similar to the EPS Carry. The only difference is it has that solar charging site technology. That's pretty much how that'll work. And yeah, it's pretty much a great option if you want a low maintenance, just always on, constantly recharging optic without manual brightness settings, automatic brightness only. So that's kind of it, guys. Hopefully you found this video helpful. Hopefully you have a better understanding of which optic you're going to put on this gun. We really hope that this helped you. So if you still have questions, anything you need, please reach out to us at freedomgorilla.com and in the link below. We're happy to help. You could also leave a comment. Hope you have an awesome, wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Stay awesome.